Black Seal with another episode of Un-American Be American. Now, this thing going around about went around, okay? It's people in this damn election, people in this the elected presidential candidate, what the hell they call it, president-elect. Here's the deal. There was a thing going around. There's this rally with this Nazi praising Trump. Hey, say hello to my friend. Guess what? I built him. Look. Ooh, I built him. Ooh, look at this. Hold up. Shit, don't fuck with me. It's the guard dog. Rough. Shit coming to bark. So, this thing came out with these Nazis praising Trump, and then everybody's like, oh God, Trump got things for neo-Nazi. Trump's with the Nazis. Ignorant. Let me tell you why it's ignorant. Because you people, I just don't get it. I'm going to enlighten you today. Today, this episode is going to be about Nazi America. What? Nazi America. What? People are like, God, there's Nazis endorsing Trump. There's KKK endorsing Trump. Get your head out your ass. That's what you gotta do. You think that this election coming up, the only people can vote is good-hearted, wholesome Christians? You think that the only people that can vote are people that aren't sexist? People that don't hate somebody? People that aren't the people that don't hate Muslims? This is America, home of the brave, land of the free. These people here, they are people that can think what they want. They're people that can practice whatever belief they want. They're people that can be as ignorant in the world as they want. What the fuck does that got to do with you? You really think that people that hate women are going to stay home and not vote because you don't want them to vote? You really think that people that are neo-Nazis are going to stay home and not vote? You really think that the KKK is going to stay home and not vote? Who the fuck is you? Who are you to determine who the fuck votes and who doesn't vote? They're in America. They're citizens. Guess what? They're citizens. And guess what? Who made them citizens? First of all, with the KKK, the government's not going to touch them. And I explained that in the last video about the Democrats, about how the Democrats were made up of mostly KKK members, ex-generals, ex-soldiers, veterans from the Civil War that got into politics because they wanted to change the scope of America. So these KKK members, they infiltrated politics. They got into politics. Then they got in, and then some of them went to and infiltrated the Republican camp because the Republicans were the ones doing a lot of things for Black America. I mean, Republicans did abolish fucking slavery. I mean, under Republicans, Lincoln gave freedmen, 400,000 acres. So, Republicans did that. KKK got into politics. They started taking over the Democratic Party. Then they infiltrated the Republican Party, started putting members in there. So that's why the government doesn't go after the KKK. Because most of the KKK has infiltrated the fucking government. It's not rocket science. Under that white hood, you don't know who they are. They take that white hood off, and guess what? They go back to being doctors. They go back to being lawyers. They go back to being fucking congressmen. You understand that? That fucking hood means shit. Nothing. That's why they wear it. You don't get it. You don't get it. You don't get it. The reason they won't go after the Nazis is because they funded the Nazis. You guys are crying so hard about these fucking Nazis on fucking goddamn Trump. But you elected George Bush. Huh? I'm gonna say this again. Follow the finger. I'm gonna see if you're drunk or not. We're gonna say this again. You guys, motherfuckers, is crying about fucking Nazis on Trump, but you voted for Bush. What's it gonna do with Nazis? What's it gonna do with Nazis? First of all, once again, we do our history. We read and we do work. We put work in over here. We don't just motherfucking just. Everybody's a good, wholesome Christian. Those are the only people that can vote during the fucking election season. Fuck out of here. You're ignorant and naive for thinking something that fucking stupid. You're naive. Get your head out your ass, wipe the shit off your motherfucking shoulders. It's naive to think that way. The only people gonna vote is fucking God's men. You guys walking around still believing in God and all that, man. I ain't even talking to you motherfuckers. You're naive to think that way. What about Bush? Get back to Bush. Bush is a German's name. Did you know that? Bush is German. Did you know that? Bush is German. Did you know? Bush is German. Did you know that? His ancestors are German. Did you know that his grandfather in World War II, his grandfather in World War II, I'm looking you dead in your eyes. Your little bitty eyes over here. His grandfather in World War II, Prescott Bush was his name, laundered money for the Nazis. Did you hear me? His grandfather, Prescott Bush, laundered money for the Nazis. After World War II, they started cracking down on people that were helping the fucking Nazis. Guess what? Prescott Bush was laundering money for the Nazis. Now, they got this conspiracy theory called Odessa. And Odessa is the account that they basically, is like codename Odessa, which is like an account that they stuck the money in that keeps on moving and jumping from bank to bank. It keeps jumping from bank to bank. Things like that, you know. So, Prescott Bush, who's the grandfather of George Bush Sr., of George Bush Jr., he's the grandfather of, he was laundering fucking money. And you motherfuckers crying about Nazis? Who the fuck you think that motherfucker working with the Nazis? Because he's fucking German. Did you know the Queen of England is also German? Did you know that George Bush is related to fucking Prince Charles? That Prince Charles is his cousin? Did you know that George Bush got knighted? How are you a president and you get knighted? You guys aren't sticking up on your shit. Get on your shit. Stop being fucking naive. Nazis are allowed to do what they want to. Do you understand this? Okay, so you didn't know that Prescott Bush was laundering money for the Nazis. You didn't know that. You didn't know that George Bush's cousin is Prince Charles. You didn't know that. Look at their nose. Look at their ears. You didn't know the Queen of England was German. You didn't know that. You didn't know that a lot of people in England really don't fucking like the Queen either. You didn't know that. You didn't know that George Bush was knighted, did you? You didn't know that. All that shit is real. It's legit. People in the higher echelon know this. They know this. Okay. Well, let's talk about this whole thing with the Nazis, okay? The Nazis were being funded by Rothschilds. Rothschilds, they fund a lot of wars. They fund both sides of the war. They fund the good side, they fund the bad side. To them, they don't give a shit because they get money off of both sides by funding the wars. So the thing is the Rothschilds, how you know? The Rothschilds, how you know? It's fucking conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theory? The Rothschilds come from Germany. Bush is German. The Queen is German. And the Rothschilds are also Jews. Okay, so in World War II, Hitler committed genocide. Who was he killing?
Jews.
What? Speak up.
Jews.
Nick, motherfucker, I said speak up like a man. Jews! Hitler was killing Jews. He was creating genocide. Right? So if Hitler was killing Jews, how come he didn't kill the Rothschilds? Because Rothschilds live in Germany. Rothschilds live in France. Paris, France. Hitler conquered Paris, France. Why didn't he kill the Rothschilds? Because they were funding him. That's why he didn't kill a Rothschild. They were funding him. He didn't bomb their places either, because they got big ass castles. They got castles that kings can't even live in. That kings can't even fucking afford. And he didn't bomb them. They were financing Nazis. So, it's just my glasses or some shit? I don't know what the hell this is. Looks funny to me. Okay, so now we have it down to where so I've just told you the Germans. I've told you about Prescott Bush. You motherfuckers crying about Nazis. Nazis supported Trump. Nazis supported Trump. But you voted a motherfucking German in for president that supported goddamn Nazis. He was motherfucking laundering money for the Nazis, and you voted him in. I was too young to vote, so don't put that shit on me. You voted him in America, and you're hypocrites for calling Trump and talking about this shit about Trump and these Nazis. You voted fucking Bush in. You voted two fucking Bushes in. Whose grandfather goddamn laundered money for the fucking Nazis because he was fucking German. And you want to talk about Nazis and motherfucking Trump. Get your shit straight. Oh, no, but since you... No. Come here. I'm talking to you, pro-black. I need all the pro-black members to come up. Pro-black members. I need the pro-black members to come up. After World War II, after the motherfucking U.S. stomped the hell out of the fucking Nazis, because we stomped them out. Then we stomped them out after World War II. The United States pardoned Nazis. The United States pardoned the Nazis. Did you know that? There are lots of accounts of this. Do the research. There are lots of accounts on this. Pro-black. This is where you come in handy. This is where we communicate. On the trip back to America, on the buses in America, did you know that Nazis were riding on the buses better than the motherfucking black men that served the country? Did you know that? You guys talking about Nazis like it's something fucking new. No, it's not new, okay? You motherfuckers talking about, it's not my president, this is not my, fuck out of here with that. Your government pardoned Nazis and let them come over here and live. And we're treating them better than the black men and women that served in the military that died for this country. That's what your country did. Should we keep on continuing about these Nazis? Because I can motherfucking go. I'm gassed up, motherfucker. Hold a second. Hold up. We on it right now. Oh, goddamn, I gotta get a beer. Gotta get a beer. Gotta get a beer. Gotta get it done. Oh, sexy lady. I've been waiting for you all day. Sexy, oh, sexy lady. I've been waiting to hold you all day long. In my hands, singing my song. Take your time, no matter how long. Sexy lady, would you be mine? Yeah! So where were we? Back to the Nazis. So, Prescott Bush, who's German, B-U-S-H-E, Bush, is a German name. Prescott Bush, who's German, descendant of a German, was laundering money for the Nazis. After World War II, Nazis were getting pardoned by the United States government. They came back here. They were getting treated better than African Americans on buses in America. They were getting treated better than African Americans in America, period. They were riding in the front of the bus. They're eating. They're being treated special for what? These motherfuckers just sat there on these guys were killing people. These guys committed genocide against the Jews. And what does that government do? They sit there and they pardon them and bring them back to America. Now here's another thing that you guys want to know about. After World War II, what the government did was they started a snatch and grab with Russia. They were trying to snatch up all the German engineers, scientists, ones that were doing that special experimentation, the ones that were experimenting on Jews while they were alive, like they were running all these psycho tests on them and shit, had helmets and stuff on their head. America was snatching up those fucking scientists. They gave them, once again, so we understand this, they gave them full pardons and put them to work into the United States government. Some of them went to NASA. You know that movie that's out right now with the three black women? Guess who was working on that rocket? Fucking Germans. Wasn't American ingenuity. America had the money. They didn't have the fucking brains. You're talking about the Nazis, the motherfucking creators of the first goddamn jet. They're the ones who put that rocket. They're the ones who made that fucking rocket. They were working on NASA. That's who was at NASA. They ain't gonna show you that shit, Art. Nope. They're not gonna show you that. So they snatched up German scientists, engineers, people that are creating these horrible war crimes. They got a full pardon. Members of the SS, which is supposed to be one of the worst fucking groups you could ever even run across. Members of the SS who were Luciferian. For all you Christians out there, Luciferian. For all you Christians out there, Luciferian. Devil worshippers. You know what that is, right? Do you know that the genocide, when they were killing Jews, they were killing in mass amounts. What were they doing? They were sacrificing them. Who were they sacrificing them to? They were sacrificing those Jews. To God. If you do your research, and there's people that have done research that have done that research for you. Listen to these documentaries and listen to what's being said. The Nazis were the closest thing to being perfect Luciferians. They created the warfare that they were running, the tanks and stuff they were building, the experiments and stuff that they were running. They built a fucking jet. These guys were ahead of their fucking. These guys were pretty advanced. You understand? So these guys were Luciferian. The SS, even the SS, the United States government pardoned them and fucking gave them full citizenship. Now, here's the deal. Those Germans that they pardoned, that were SS and stuff, they end up being, some of them end up being CIA agents. I want you to hear me. CIA agents. Some of them went off to be agents. Not only did some of them go off to be agents, but some of them also went off to own companies. Did you know the company Hugo Boss was the one who made German uniforms? You didn't know that, did you? Hugo Boss was allegedly the ones that made German uniforms. Did you also know that Nike and Adidas it was started up by a German who was from World War II? Did you know that? Did you know that the clothing line, Columbia, I think it's called Columbia. Is it Columbia? That their logo is a swastika? I'm going to show this picture. I'm going to point. Let me show this picture right here. Okay? This picture right here. Do you see this picture? Guess where that picture is? That's in the United States. Guess what? Military forces train there. And you guys talk about neo-Nazis supporting Trump. Neo-Nazis don't have to support Trump. Neo-Nazis have been here. Your government has allowed Nazis to stay here. Your government has adopted Nazis. So when you say neo-Nazi, it's no such thing. That's your government. That's your government. You want to talk about, hey, neo-Nazis? That's your government. Thank your government. That's your government, because your government gave Nazis full pardons and citizenship to be in America. That movie that old boy Spike Lee made, what is it, Miracle in St. Anna? I think that's what it's called, Miracle in St. Anna. Starts off where the dude shoots where the guy at the post office shoots the German guy. It's for a reason. That's a story about how fucking black guys, how a black military unit ran across some Germans in a small town, and they had to fight it out, and the guy ended up remembering the fucking Nazi and killed him on sight. It's real shit. You can also look at the airport in Denver, the Denver New World International Airport, or whatever the fuck that airport's called. It's also, maybe I'm going to show it. I'm going to try to show it right here. Maybe a picture will pop up, maybe it won't. I'm going to show a picture right here. Maybe. That's also in the shape of a swastika. Why is it in the shape of a swastika? And you guys don't understand it. I could tell you a lot. I could tell you a lot. But if I told you, then you guys you're still doubting it. Still doubting it. Still doubting it. You guys still doubting it. So there's a swastika. So there's a swastika. So why is there a swastika? United States. So here's where we're at. All this talk about KKK, all this talk about Nazis, it doesn't mean shit. Your government has been infiltrated by the KKK, which is why they have done nothing about the KKK. They could have been cracked down on the KKK. You see how fast they cracked down on the fucking Black Panthers, right? You see how bad that they cracked down on freedom fighters and gangs, right? Anybody that organizes in large numbers, the government can crack down and put them away easy and fast. They know how to. They have the manpower to. But they have not done it to the KKK because the KKK is part of them. They know who the KKK is. They know exactly who every member is. They know that already. But they're not going to do anything because they are the KKK. Most of them are the KKK. Not all of them. Most of them are the KKK. They have memberships. They have ties to the KKK. You understand this? So that's why the KKK is still walking around with nothing done. It's stupid to believe that the United States government cannot do anything about the KKK, but they've got all these fucking political prisoners in fucking jail. So you tell me that they could take out the fucking Panthers on both fucking coasts, and they can't do shit. See, the thing is J. Edgar Hoover never said anything about take out the KKK. He said take out the blacks, take out the Latinos, take out anybody of color that's the resistance. All those people that were protesting in the motherfucking 60s and 70s, smoking hookahs and shit, and doing all that fucking pot and shit, and all the fucking colors on, he said take them out too. Anybody that was going against the America way of life got taken out. He gave that order. You understand? So KKK is not going anywhere because they are already infiltrated the fucking Democrat and Republican Party. Understand that. That's real shit. You can be naive and think that shit doesn't motherfucking happen. Robert Byrd. Okay. He was one. And the thing about them talking about the neo-Nazis and motherfucking Trump, they've been here. The United States government pardoned the Nazis. Pardoned the Nazis. Pardoned the Nazis on every fucking level. Let them come to the United States and gave them citizenship. Some went to work for the CIA. Some went to work for NASA. Some went to be engineers and all, and some even own shoe companies and clothes companies. Some, like Prescott Bush, who was fucking collaborating with them because he was laundering money for them, can get a political career and could have sons in getting political careers, like George Bush Sr. and George Bush Jr., who were related to Prince Charles. The Prince Charles is the cousin of Bush, and George Bush got knighted. So all that stuff is real shit. They established things like the jet. They established things like putting a man on the fucking moon. They also established something called MK Ultra, which is a hypnotic suggesting program basically a hypnotic suggestion program. Makes you want to do things. Everybody knows. Everybody has an idea about what hypnotic suggestion is. So you'll be watching TV, something will pop up real fast, and then all of a sudden you'll want it, like a millisecond, like a nanosecond. You'll see a picture of ice cream in a nanosecond. You won't see it, but you'll see it, and then you want some ice cream. It's the whole thing. So all that stuff about the Nazis and all that mess, and the KKK, Nazis and KKK, all that stuff right there, the government allows it. Because the government pardoned all that shit, they're down with half that shit, and it doesn't matter. So all that talking about the government and all this thinking about nobody's gonna vote that's racist and stuff, you can kill that. Racist people are gonna vote. People that are sexist are gonna vote. Bigots are gonna vote. People that can't stand Muslims are gonna vote. They're not gonna stay home just because it's not the nice thing to do. They're gonna exercise their rights as a citizen and vote. So all this bullshit about thinking who's gonna vote, oh, the Nazis are voting. So if Black Panthers would have been out and Obama would have been running and they would have voted for Obama, then what? I don't hear you. It's not wrong when all black people vote for Obama. There's nothing wrong with that, but something wrong for racist white people voting for other white people. Get over yourself. So I will talk to you guys later. I'm gonna get me some tonight. Give me some of this tonight. Get it nice and right. Yeah. Adios.